Okay, guys, ready?
Ready.
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 Stage 1. Gain interior access without causing alarm.
What are you doing?
Elves get a 20% bonus when hiding.
Behind a lamp?
Elves are skinny bastards.
Okay, my turn.
These guys have had 15 years without players. They failed.
Do you guys remember the story of the gamers that disappeared from their table 15 years ago?
Urban legend that's as fake as the steam tunnel scare.
Actually, this one's all true. And you're holding their original character sheets right now.
Rogar, former barbarian scourge of West Haven, now a convicted
felon twice over and a homeless alcoholic with an anger problem. What the hell, Megan?
I have an idea. But it's going to take all of us working together. The main controls for the university's surveillance system are housed in the server room.
Where's my feed, Magellan?
Magellan will hack into the system, which should give us access to the campus security.
Why can't I just use another spell?
Hacking, magic, just do your thing.
Why'd you steal his pants?
Which games do you remember forever? The ones where your character wins some imaginary gold? Or the ones where they grew into something greater than the stats on a character sheet?
No, don't care. This warrior is better off living drunk in the city park than being controlled by the mere gamer.
You are the gamers.
Do not interfere. A bard's duty is to observe and record, to preserve history in song for the enlightenment and edification of future generations. We allow events to unfold naturally, organically, and do nothing to influence their outcome. Where are your pants?
A mystery.
Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the Metaverse.
Everybody, it is Meta Monday. Welcome to Masters of the Metaverse here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel on Twitch. I'm your host and GM, James Durham. Joining me at the virtual table, I have Helen Roundhill, Vanessa Foxtel, and Britt Cody. Unfortunately, she cannot join us for this evening's show. We all hope she is okay, and we'll see her again soon. Controlling tech from the far off land of the Zoe studio, we have Mark Thomason. Hi, Mark. Thank you for doing this for us.
Hi, James.
If you decide you need a transforming alcoholic stagecoach, you can put that orders. We have our weekly Patreon polls. That's right. And I have those results. And I have been given the pittance vote of +10 health and +3 to a roll today. No one is surprised by that, least of all me. Speaking of Patreon, I've got some very special backers I would like to thank. Macy A. Edmonds, thank you. Sarah Frisk, thank you. And Carl Rustenbeck, thank you. Previously on Masters of the Metaverse, our heroes learned from the chronicler that some great and terrible threat was looming for the entire metaverse. Though what this threat was, she wasn't able to tell them. Crash Jackson, Wyatt Maxwell, John Stone, and Tessa Jackson everybody surviving quarantine okay? Okay.
Yeah, more or less. Dog, no, dog, go, wait, dog. We have two very sweet, very stupid Labradors.
Aww.
We are live, all right.
Oh, yay.
Hey, we're back again. Sorry about that, folks, and thank you very much for working the bugs out on that one, Mark. Couldn't do this stuff without you. So let me see where we were. Oh, yes, previously on Masters of the Metaverse, our heroes learned from the chronicler that some great and terrible threat was looming for the entire metaverse. Though what this threat was, she did not know. Crash Jackson, Wyatt Maxwell, John Stone, and Tessa Jackson set out to investigate this threat, starting with a metaverse where strange disappearances and events have been occurring recently. On their arrival, they found a metaverse in chaos, the people and reality twisted by dark forces intent on bringing madness, hopelessness, and all manner of wicked things upon the people there. With grit and determination, our heroes delved deeper into this mystery, discovering native metapilots who had encountered some dark being in another metaverse and inadvertently brought it back to their home with them. Fighting against this terror, they worked together to free this metapilot victim and seemingly force it from that metaverse. Though Crash himself may have become infected by its dark power and has since quarantined himself in that metaverse for the safety of his home. Information was gained from one of those metapilots they saved, revealing where they had first encountered this wicked entity. And so Andi James, Thomas Wells, and Aquamarine have set out to travel to this metaverse to see if they can unravel this mystery. Utilizing metapods of Archangel Island, our heroes travel into the metaverse called the Sky Kingdom, finding themselves in avatars facing a dire threat. Land Sky Dancer, son of the Feathered King, among one of the only beings to escape the madness of the Feathered King Revda, the once benevolent and wise leader of the Sky Kingdoms. Less than 2 weeks ago, madness overtook the Feathered King and his closest advisors after they returned from their annual pilgrimage to the Seeing Stones. Upon their return, this madness seemed to spread as the sun was blocked from the sky and foul, twisted horrors stalked the lofty, floating cities of the Sky Kingdom. As events turned even more sinister, the Feathered King and his retinue activated the ancient and terrible Great Storm, an unstoppable force of destruction built by their ancient ancestors. As the Great Storm moves across the Sky Kingdom, countless victims are claimed by its onslaught. The most recent victim, the Cloud City of Pinsby, was destroyed just moments ago. Barely escaping the destruction, Land Sky Racer boarded the airship Centurion Sparrow, the pride of Hana also and her first mate, Bachiwa, as an uninvited passenger. Can the last Sky Racer convince the notorious smuggler and criminal to aid him in stopping the Great Storm? Or will he be marooned and fall victim to the Great Storm? Let's find out. You are in your avatars, which I don't see sliders on the screen, sir, if I could, at your convenience. Oh, and we might have lost a Helen there.
For a moment.
Back, but yes, I'm back.
Okay, there you are.
The last thing I heard was that Land boarded a ship, and I'm pretty sure I know whose ship it is.
It is, in fact, your ship. Well, it is Hannah Also's ship, which as soon as I have sliders up, I am going to be, of course, giving you all system shocks as you jump into your avatars to see where you're going to be on said slider.
I'm really excited to figure out how to endow this character in front of everybody.
Yes.
So we are going to start on Thomas and his slider with the avatar Land, and we're going to put Thomas one away from full avatar. We will then go to Andi James as Hannah also, and she is going to be exactly in the middle of her slider.
Very good.
There we are. Now I can see those sliders better. And then we are going to go full avatar for Aquamarine in the avatar of Bachiwa.
Bachiwa, not Bakua.
Bachiwa, however you feel is best. But I was saying it Bachiwa originally. It just sounds interesting to me. But you have the artist's authority there.
No, Bakiwa's correct.
All right.
Last of the condors.
Excellent.
Now, as I've just done the horrible thing of a system shock, if you could, for our lovely watching audience at home, take a minute and say a sentence or so about the avatar that you find yourself piloting. Not everyone all at once.
I'm scrambling to get stuff. I'm gonna let someone else go first.
All right. I will go first. Hello. Bakiwa. She's last of her kind. The great condors. She's indebted to Hannah. It's Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Correct.
Yes. Hard. Yes.
Owes her life. And she's
Life, yes.
first mate and best friend. She's a sky warrior, friends.
Absolutely.
Hana is a sky smuggler. A winged humanoid based on a falcon. Been smuggling just about as long as I've been independent. And now I have this first mate, best friend, if you will, I suppose. Couldn't shake her if I tried.
Lovely.
Not that you'd want to.
Never, of course not.
Ah,
Of course, Hannah's
friends
absolute
forever.
pride and joy, the Centurion Sparrow, her airship.
Of course.
I guess that just leaves me, Land Sky Racer, the Feathered Prince. For my people. Of course, based on my eagle essence, you can see how well I cannot see through this. The hell's the camera? There we go.
Absolutely lovely. And those are our avatars for today's episodes, which we found our pilots in them aboard the Centurion Sparrow. Let's stow away Lan aboard Hana's ship. And let's see how they react to each other in this situation. They have just fled the destruction of the sky city of Pinsby.
That was intense.
Yes, yes it was.
Big
Long
close
have
night
I
night.
enjoyed the fruits of the labors of the people of the destroyed city. I shall miss their fruits and their labors.
Ugh.
Practically a poet, aren't you?
Yes, once upon a time I was known for my philosophy in the sky world, but that was a lifetime ago when it seemed as though I had a sister who does not exist.
Philosophy doesn't do you a whole hell of a lot of good up here.
That's true. The currency of the sky is the currency of life itself.
Look, friend, do you have any useful qualities other than the gab?
A bird in the hand speaks wisely.
Not the way I expected that to end. I'm a little bit grateful. So how much do we have to pay you to stop talking?
The currency of enlightenment is here for all who choose it. I choose it now and shall be silent in your honor, O great pilot one.
Yeah, not a lot of honor to go around, but I appreciate the attempt.
Right. Well, I can help you become comfortable. Would you like a blanket? Some tea?
No, I came equipped with feathers. I'm quite warm now, thank you.
You don't need to offer hospitality to a stowaway.
Sorry, Captain. I can't help myself. It's the prince.
Yes,
Are we gonna get followed because you're on my ship?
technically you will most likely be followed because you are in the presence of life.
Great. That's all I wanted. To be followed because I'm in the presence of life.
Yes, I appreciate you using the same pause. It created a dramatic effect.
That's what I live for.
We are followed. I can take precaution. Start to touch the ship.
Oh my. In fact, as you turn yourself back to the instruments, Bakiwa, you have most definitely on the radar picked up approaching vessels.
Oh,
And if
Thank you,
they're-
were we ever able to fix that cloaking device? No, it was on the fritz last week. What's the status on that?
oh, Captain, I'm so sorry. I wasn't able to get to it considering the destruction of the city.
Of course not. Of course not.
So
The
sorry.
city is getting blown to pieces, and I don't have a fully functioning ship. It's fine. No, it's not your fault. It's
If it would help, Captain, I have written several dissertations on the use of cloaking devices.
great. Wonderful, Your Worship.
Do you have any of them with you?
No, but as
Better
I wrote them,
questions will be useful.
I can cite them chapter and verse. Chapter 1. Cloaking devices are useful when attempting to cloak.
All right.
That's the name of the chapter.
Somebody get this genius a seatbelt. I'm gonna see if we can't go into hyperspace.
Oh sweet Jesus. We start in this one strong. Can't see properly? Maybe a hashtag Thomas Spuff will help.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you, voices in my head. I greatly appreciate your support.
Oh, this close to all the debris from the destruction of Pinsby, it will be impossible to accelerate to the speeds you would need to fast travel through the Sky Kingdom. In fact, if you hadn't been forced to flee Pinsby, it is unlikely that these pursuers would have found you at all. And judging by their signatures on their ships, you can only guess that it is bounty hunters sent by the criminal kingdom, or kingpin, Abjab Houthi.
Oh, Abjab
you
Houthi.
owe a great deal to Hana.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Of all the scum and villainy, we needed bounty hunters.
You're being pursued by bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters, headhunters. What really is the difference in the end? We're on the run, and all you've done is paint a giant target on my back.
Technically, the bounty hunters are your fault.
I'll see what I can do about the speed, Captain.
Excellent. They are coming in close and fast and beginning to open fire with energy weapons. Because you are at the helm, may I have a piloting check from the captain, please?
Hashtag Metapoint, Velociraptor face. Why do
can.
bird people need airships?
All right.
Is it because they're incapable of simply winging it?
Look, buddy. I've been winging it my whole life. I don't need your advice just yet. But I will take one of those meta points, because I want to roll on 10s and not 12s.
Which direction are you moving there, Andy James?
Well, guess who doesn't have piloting, Andy James?
So you're going to be moving closer to Avatar then?
A little closer to Hana.
All right, that leaves 3 meta points still in the store. There are also 2 moments of clarity. 1 company man, and there is a meta meltdown in the store.
Oh man, I already used that meta point, but I should have used a moment of clarity. Oh gosh.
Mr. GM, while this is going on, may I make an attempt to repair the cloaking device?
You may attempt a repair check to work on the cloaking device. Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Is it dangerous?
Not part. I mean, it is dangerous, but not miraculously or wildly so.
Shame. I'm only piloting my way through what is a man-made asteroid field. I'm sorry if that's not dangerous or wildly dangerous at best. Well, here we go. Oh, yeah, we're gonna beat that. We're gonna beat that by 6.
Beat that by 6. So for their attempts to shoot at you, your dodge bonus will be that 6-point margin against their attacks. A fun fact for the viewers at home. In the Sky Kingdom, there isn't actually space. Everything is just in the sky. There is also no ground, but clouds are solid matter that float through the skies, and the cities are built upon them.
Can I roll to repair the speed of our ship?
You are working on
repair.
Increasing the speed. Yes, I will also need a repair roll from yourself, as well as the one I was getting from Lan, to work on the cloaking device. As the 2 vessels close in, opening fire.
I make my technology check, my computer check, whatever you want it to be, by 12.
By 12. Wow. You can clearly see that there are missing parts for the cloaking device. You believe you might be able to improvise something if you had a little bit of time and some more parts.
Can I use my bonus to beat it by 20 and not need time nor parts?
Unfortunately, that will not get around the story point that has been placed there on purpose.
I got mine, my repair roll right on.
In fact, judging by the systems you are investigating with that incredibly high repair roll, someone had to cannibalize the cloaking device to repair the shields.
Oh, for crying out loud, Captain.
In fact, this entire thing looks like it was cobbled together from spare parts.
Who's your chief technician on board this bucket of bolts?
I'm
You're
the technician.
looking at him. And Bakshua. Also, chief repairs. Look, if something's gone wrong, which it usually has, we make do with what we have. All right? It's a little bit hard to stop by your local airship repair when you're on the run.
And we make it work.
Well, in the spirit of our current situation, and as I am part eagle and therefore a scavenger, I would like to look for the parts necessary to repair the cloaking device.
Excellent. You go down into the hold of the ship, and you have scarcely in your life seen such a mess of piles of spare parts, tools, and random bits of cargo from who knows where, including outdated periodicals, spoiled food, and other strange things.
Hashtag Aquabuff acknowledging the greatness DX cat.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
In the cockpit, you can see as numerous blasts of energy streak by the Centurion Sparrow to the left and to the right, blowing up bits of debris. You're piloting on point, spinning between them. Only one of them manages to hit the shields of the Centurion, sending sparks from the consoles, but the ship is still holding together. At that point, we're going into the next round where I need another piloting check from you. And you also see at this point in the cockpit a third vessel, this one coming from ahead. These dastardly bounty hunters have sprung a trap upon you.
So I've got one coming directly at me, and I've got two on my flank.
Two behind you and one to the front. It looks like they tried to spring some form of trap upon you. Down in the hold, I will take either a notice or investigation check from land trying to find the right parts in all of the random scattered bits.
I will make it by 5.
Excellent. I will need a second repair roll from Bachiwa, who is trying to make the ship go even faster.
Bakiwa.
Bakiwa, sorry. My bad.
Right, Bakiwa doesn't mind. Captain, would you like me to continue to repair, or would you like me to switch to shooting?
Keep repairing. I've got this.
All right. I beat it by 3.
All right, 2 consecutive rolls in a row. You are going to increase the speed enough that the pilot, Hana, gets a +2 bonus to her check for piloting for this round.
Okay. I think what I'm going to attempt
the Centurion to even faster speeds than it is capable of normally.
Hold that thought. So what I'm thinking, I've got one coming at me, 2 coming behind. What I'm going to do is at the last moment, I'm going to barrel roll or egg roll, I suppose, since we are bird folk, down and out of their way, putting them on the same field, flying directly at each other, and hopefully hightail the heck out of their blast radius.
Lovely. I like the plan. Give me that piloting check.
Oh, honey.
Oh, man.
We're going to beat that by 8.
Including the +2 bonus from
Not including the +2 bonus.
Okay, that becomes a critical success. Down in the hold.
Special.
Down in the hold, you are suddenly tossed around the room along with all the parts as the ship goes into a sudden egg roll. But as you land on the ground of the hole from the rolling stopping, the part you're looking for is right in front of you. Sheer luck, perhaps.
How else do you think I find anything in this tub?
Excellent.
It's organized in its own way.
I shall commence repairing the cloaking device.
The two in pursuit maintain a very close contact with you as you pull into your egg roll, but one of them loses his nerve in the last minute as he's almost come into contact with the front ship jerks the stick left and collides with a piece of debris from the destroyed city, his ship exploding into a shower of sparks and bits of metal, leaving only 2 ships remaining. Of the 2, one of them has fallen very far back, unable to maintain the pace and your erratic maneuvering from your trademark egg roll maneuver. But the ship in front of you has kept perfect speed and in fact has closed to what is possibly boarding distance. No, you can hear the outside, the landing on the ship. They have boarded your vessel.
Bactua, I could really use some defensive maneuvers right about now.
I thought you were piloting.
I am piloting. I need a gun.
All right. I toss them. I get them. Here you are, Captain. Here's our stash.
Why are you bringing them to me? I need you to go shoot. Go shoot.
I'm ready. Bakiwa
right.
is ready.
As we begin the next round, as individuals are breaching the hole into the ship, I want everyone to give me an initiative roll, please.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Oh, actually, okay.
16.
16, not bad.
16 for Bakiwa.
16, Bakiwa.
24.
Wow. Fast to react. Anna.
10.
10.
N?
Yes.
How is that possible?
I rolled like bird guano.
Oh, that is lovely. I have truly missed having you on the show, Chris. Thank you. All right, you are first in the pilot.
Can I just say how much I love this mask? It gives me so much joy. Okay, I'm going back in character.
Me too. I'm loving it. Thank you.
All right. Anna with the 24, you are the first act in this round. You are still at the stick.
Okay. So these folks have, I guess, cottoned on to us, and they're going to try to board us?
Yes, you believe that the ship that it was ahead of you angled perfectly during the egg roll and has put borders on the ship.
It's gonna be hard to shoot if they're all plastered to the ceiling. We're gonna drop. I don't know. How high up are we? It doesn't really matter. It's all sky, isn't it?
Ground in the Sky Kingdoms. There's no solid ground.
Perfect. We're gonna drop 100 meters straight down.
All right. No regard for your passengers on board. You immediately drop 100 down. Can I get...
Bachua is used to it, and I don't give that many fucks about Lon.
Acrobatics for athletics checks from Bakiwa and Lan on board the ship as you suddenly plummet 100 meters through the sky.
Bakiwa lovingly knows what this is like. Oh, Captain, she's doing it. She's going to save us all.
I rolled a 2.
Whoa, wow.
I also rolled a 2.
Oh, no.
As
I proceed to kill my crew.
Bakiwa, your reflexes are so good. In addition, this is not the first time that the captain has performed one of these crazy maneuvers while you've been on board. And you sort of just grab onto the side of the bulkhead, go up sideways, and then come back down on your feet. Still holding in the hold, still holding the part. Land, you use the sudden loss of gravity to leap across the entirety of the hold and back out of the porthole towards where the cloaking device is to start working on it again. Perfectly fitting through the gap, not even scraping a single feather on the porthole. 2s for both of you. That was great. Of the boarders, unfortunately, not all of them did so well.
Shocked. Absolutely shocked.
But they are next with a 17, and the ones that remain, that is two boarders have breached onto the hull of the ship. From your console in the front, Captain, you can see the different monitors giving you a view of all the different passageways and rooms on board your ship, including the perfect performance of your two passengers during that sudden drop. It's perfect. You also got to see of the three enemies attempting to board, one of them losing their grip and flying off into the vastness of the Sky Kingdom, unable to board. But of the two that are on board, you have seen these two particular ruthless bounty hunters before. Hawk and Stormcrow have boarded your ship.
Hawk and Stormcrow.
The vicious and deadly Hawk, the bounty hunter, is making his way through the hallway towards your first mate.
Don't give them too much credit, all right? Vicious, deadly. I too. Vicious, deadly, smart.
That's right. Very smart.
Yes.
The smartest.
Moving down the hallway in sight of you, Bakiwa, you also see and recognize these two particular low-down scum bounty hunters.
Do they recognize me?
They have seen you before as well. You two have had numerous contact with many bounty hunters over the past year trying to evade those sent by the Kingpin, Abjab Houthi. Hawk wields his trademark and deadly energy staff, and behind him Stormcrow a pair of powerful energy pistols which he uses to open fire against you.
Against me?
Against you, yes. The first one misses terribly from the crazy acrobatic maneuvers of the pilot, making a singeing mark upon the bulkhead nearby you. The second one, the aim is true and is a success by 8, striking you in your body. The energy pistol is a 30 damage weapon.
Oh. Well, I am a sore loser.
Indeed. Can you tell us what that means, that you're being a sore loser, Bakiwa?
Yes, Bakiwa. If an enemy damages Bakiwa, she gains a +10 damage bonus against that enemy.
That's right. Bakiwa is a sore loser. And it is Bakiwa's turn next.
Bakiwa says that out loud. Bakiwa is a sore loser. And then attacks with her energy crossbow.
Hashtag cool rule. If you like it, then you should have put a wing on it. Looks like they are Robin from the Rent to give to the parrot.
Delighted.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, Bakiwa is known to rip the wings off of people who harm her.
That's right. Proud of it. All right.
There are the two of them, but it is Stormcrow that has hurt you.
Ooh. I rolled 3 total.
And what are you using to attack Stormcrow?
Oh, I want to use my energy crossbow on Stormcrow.
Yes, the energy crossbow. A 3 is definitely going to hit even the incredibly agile Stormcrow. So adding the 10 bonus damage to your damage output, what does the energy crossbow do?
Ooh, 60 damage. Total.
60 damage. You blow a hole through the chest of Stormcrow, scattering wings and bird gore across the side of the ship as he falls first to his knees, then onto his face.
I said I was a sore loser.
And now you're making a mess out of my ship. Come on.
Sorry, Captain.
Maim, not splatter. How many times have we been through this?
I'm not aware of my own strength yet. I'm still growing.
Wow.
Lovely. Lovely. And then we will go to Lan next, who has got the part he needs to repair the cloaking device in his hands.
I shall attempt to use my powers of cloaking device repair to repair the cloaking device.
Give me a repair check at a +2 bonus. or a technology check at a +2 bonus because you have previously interacted with and solved what this thing means. Oh, I think oh, no, it's back. I see it on the screen.
I shall make it by 10.
Make it by 10. You slap the part right into place and have it rewired in seconds. Up in the cockpit, looking at your readout screen, it is clear to you, Hannah, that your cloaking device is somehow operational and back online, even without the parts you needed.
Huh.
It looks like this prince might be useful for some things after all.
Well, I'm not going to tell
I
him.
assure you, I'm quite useful and fully functional.
It must have been something that I did.
Going back to the top, we are working with you, our lovely pilot, Hana. There is still one enemy ship on your tail and a single border on the ship, but you do have a cloaking device operational.
Do I have gun controls in my ship?
You absolutely do. In fact, you have a rotating turret built onto the belly of the Centurion Sparrow, capable of firing in any direction that it can be pointed in, which is quite a few mounted to the belly of the vessel.
Can I reach that now, or do I need somebody else's help on that?
Oh no, you can fire it from piloting, but if you're also going to be piloting, you will take the multi-action penalty.
Okay. So you're telling me that they are still on my tail?
You have one that's a little ways back. You've created some distance, but they are still behind you, trying to maintain pace.
Okay, so they're not close.
Not nearly as close as the one that boarded you, no.
Okay. Let's see.
But still well within weapons range.
Great. Cool. So yeah, we're going to fire at them.
All right. Give me the shooting test at a penalty of 2 because of the multi-action penalty.
Penalty of 2. Okay. All right. Penalty of 2, I'm still going to beat it by 3.
Beat it by 3. And their opposed piloting check with the multi-action penalty is a success, but a success by 1. Your shot almost misses, but manages to hit the vessel, doing significant damage to one of its extended wings and destroying one of the engines. There is no way that they will be able to keep pace with you now.
All right.
Good shot, Captain.
In the hallway, the vicious bounty hunter Hawk has closed to hand-to-hand combat distance with you, Bakua, wielding his trademark energy staff, which is to attack.
Is it my turn to attack?
It is first his turn and then...
It's his turn. Alright, I square off with him with my crossbow.
Alright, he is going to have a success by 2, which I don't think is higher than your dodge bonus, or is it?
Ooh, Bakiwa's dodge bonus is +2.
Okay, that beats, or that meets, and if it meets, it beats, so we will have 1 hit.
Yeah, I'm all Bakiwa right now.
Yep, and the second one is only success by 1, so your 2-point dodge bonus is good enough to avoid that strike. But the first blow from the energy staff hits you and deals 30 points of damage to you.
Oh, man.
Keep in mind on those damage attacks that you do have something in your abilities that reduces damage done to you, so make sure you're applying that to the damage done.
Ah, yes. Yes, I do know exactly what you're talking about right now.
Make sure to lower damage done to you by however much that protects you by every time you get hit.
Ah, that must be somewhere that I'm not seeing, but that's, yes.
It's in your abilities, my dear.
In my abilities. Oh, for Bakiwa.
Uh-huh.
Winged humanoid, soy lizard, got your back. Tough, I'm tough.
Tough is exactly it. So make sure that you apply tough every time someone damages you. Tough comes into play.
All right, well, I applied tough.
All right. That reduces the damage by 10 from every time someone damages you. So make sure you apply that before you take the health away from yourself.
Thank you.
And then we will go to you next, Bakila. You have been damaged by this enemy, and you are a sore loser.
Going forth this lovely day in May, let's get closer to that hashtag cool rule.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat, very much.
Well, Hawk, we always knew it would come down to you and me.
Did we? Did we know that? I'm gonna yell from the cockpit.
Yes! Hannah, there was a history between Hawk and I. Remember the nights I went on and on about what happened between us? Anyway, I know it's hard for you to listen. You have a lot on your mind. Anyway, I yell, but I say all of that.
Lovely. I like it. But it is still your action, and Hawk has damaged you and is in close combat range.
I want to attack Hawk.
All right, and what method will you use to attack Hawk? Will you use the energy crossbow, or will you use the trademark Bakiwa rip his wings off?
I'm going to use the trademark Bakiwa rip his wings off.
All right, give me a fighting check.
This is what times are like now. Like I said, Hawk, I'd always told you this would happen. I beat it by 2.
Beat it by 2. His dodge bonus is 2, and if it meets, it beats. So you grab hold of Hawk by the wings, and your unarmed damage is going to be higher by 10 points because you are a sore loser. So what is the damage dealt on that?
Ooh, 30?
30 damage.
Technically.
And then give me an athletics check. Let's see if you physically remove one or both of Hawk's wings in the process.
Oh, I beat that one by 10.
By 10, you rip both wings from the back of Hawk, spattering blood and feathers more across the hallway. And Hawk lets out a terrible screech.
Just desserts.
Ooh.
You guys
You're going to be cleaning that up.
Glad you have prepared the cloaking device of the ship, and you can hear the sounds of combat going on in a nearby hallway, followed by a terrible, terrible avian screech.
What's going on up there?
Just a little bit of oh gosh, I wish I had a witty thing for this, but I don't.
Taking care of business. Nope, that's nothing to do with birds.
No, not even kind of.
I didn't have a feather thing.
We're just redecorating.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the hall looked better in red.
Lovely. Are you going to make any actions, Lan?
The cloaking device has been repaired, you say?
You believe it has been repaired.
Then I shall remove my psionic spirit blade. I'm sorry, that would be a copyright infringement. I shall pull out my Skyblade energy sword.
Yes.
Activate it and go
Skyblade
seek
energy
the remains of any combat that has occurred.
Yes, you enter the hallway and you see a vicious bounty hunter, but his wings have been ripped from his back. He's wielding a powerful energy staff in his hands and is fighting with Bakiwa.
I shall attempt to chop the energy staff in half.
All right, give me a fighting check.
Sec, fixing my dice.
Of course.
Go. 9. What? Oh, wrong character sheet. Beat it by 7.
Beat it by 7. You chop into the energy blade, cutting it in half and causing sparks to fly across the room.
Wow!
Akila, it has been a long time since you've seen a Skyblade up close and in person. They are impressive and ancient weapons.
Oh my God.
Much more elegant than an energy pistol.
That's such an elegant, civilized, beautiful weapon.
Yes, from a bygone age.
Hey now. Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good modified energy pistol at your side.
I know, Captain, but isn't it majestic? Look at
And
it.
we are back at the top of the order with Hannah. This poor bounty hunter looks like he's cornered in the back hallway. You have escaped your only pursuer as they are falling further and further behind on only a single engine. What do you choose to do?
I choose to put the ship on autopilot for just a moment.
Of course.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna grab the bounty hunter by what is left of his shirt, drag him to a hatch, and say, oh shoot, I've forgotten what you were calling him.
Hawk.
Hawk.
Not Hawk. Not Hawk. The one who sent him.
Oh, the one who sent that would be Abjab Hoti.
Yeah. I'm going to push Hawk out of the hatch and say, give Abjab Hoti my regards.
Very hot, Captain.
Hashtag Andibuff for absolutely nailing the quote. Also Chris makes drone noises, why can't he make us Skyblade noises?
Get off my way.
Oh, excellent. And you have repelled boarders and left the only other bounty hunter far behind, crippled with only a single engine. And as an added bonus, the bounty hunter Hawk's ship, which was attached to yours, which they used to board, has plenty of parts upon it, which could be used to repair the damage that has been done to the Centurion Sparrow, if you can find a place to land.
Perfect. Let's see, are there cloud banks nearby?
There's a couple of small ones detectable with your long-range scanners, but there are no major civilizations for quite some distance. They're probably
Needs a major
uninhabited.
civilization. I just need somewhere to land.
Perfect. You land on one of these small cloud banks.
Bekua,
Yes, Captain.
I need you to rifle through that ship and take the prince with you. I don't know. He might be useful.
I shall be. For I am Sky Prince, Feathered Prince, Land Sky Racer. I know my name.
What I will never understand is all of the acclaim that eagles get. They're treated like the rock stars of the avian world. But they're scavengers. They're nasty.
It's the bald white head.
You know that?
For it. I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going. There's a...
I threw it right up there for you. I threw it right up there for you.
You sure did.
Yes, it's very beautiful. Sky. Feather? What is it? I'm blanking on your name.
Sky Racer.
Sky. What a
Sky-
beautiful.
Sky Feather is my stage name.
I was confusing the two. Thank you. Come along, Sky Racer. You've a lot to learn. Bring your head.
As they head into the bounty hunter ship, they leave you alone in the cockpit of the Centurion Sparrow. The world has become a dangerous place, Hana, with the great storm tearing about through the sky kingdoms and destroying civilizations. It's only a matter of time before there is nowhere left to land at all.
I mean,
If only someone knew how to stop this terrible threat. Good thing it's not your problem.
it sure is not my problem. Look, as long as weather systems continue and clouds are still made, and as long as I have my ship, I'll be okay.
Wonderful. On board the bounty hunter's ship, Vakua and Lan are scrounging for parts to do the repairs on the Centurion Sparrow. Unlike the Centurion Sparrow, one thing you immediately note, Lan, is that the entirety of this ship is very well organized and meticulously clean.
I noticed this ship is entirely well organized and meticulously clean.
So
that's
very different.
one way to do it, of course.
Seems very unlike a bounty hunter.
Really, you haven't known any very clean bounty hunters?
No, that's why I said that.
Well, then you haven't known many bounty hunters.
It's true, actually. The first two I met, we just killed.
For I have seen ones with major OCD tendencies, with just ones that like to clear the joy. Various reasons. But do you think that it's strange?
Strange in what way?
Do you think that it's eerie? Is something amiss? Do you have a feeling, an energy, a feeling?
Well, truthfully, yes, I was having some feelings of your employer, your friend, your pilot. She seems quite incompetent.
The captain?
Yes.
Incompetent? Really? She came off as incompetent?
Yes, the whole failing to dodge the bounty hunters thing.
She's had a tough time, you see. You have to understand.
Tell me about it.
Intercom here. I'm sorry, your worship. I was too busy trying to save your skin who should not be on my ship.
Oh, you've really started
to worry about style points, okay?
You make an interesting point. It's valid.
Now
I hear what you're saying, and I affirm your feelings.
And find me the parts I need.
You could at least say please.
Oh, I'm sorry. We want please now. Okay. Please.
Thank you.
Highness.
I don't feel that was sincere, but I shall take it as such and continue to look.
It doesn't take you long to find a bunch of parts, Vakua and Lan, that you feel could be useful in effecting repairs on the Centurion Sparrow.
Captain Hannah, we seem to have found parts for you.
Well, then bring them down, bird brain.
Ah, an excellent idea.
On the way, I comment, hey, Sky Racer, I noticed some energy just now happening.
Oh, it's the spirit sword blade, sky blade thing. Sometimes it just sparks like that.
Oh,
Did you mean something else?
No, that's sufficient for now. I've never seen one of those up close.
Oh. Sorry.
Can you tell me about it? Can you do that again?
I really hope Lan's thick lustrous neck plumage doesn't distract Hannah. That'd just be real awkward. Hashtag hack attack.
Oh, Lord.
What fun we have.
You wanted to see the Skyblade?
Oh, yes. I've read so much about it, but I've never seen one.
Look at the golden blade color.
Yes,
there
he goes, whipping his sword out.
Where did you get it?
It was handed down to me from my Sky Father, the Sky King of the Skyland from which Sky came.
Where did he get it?
I honestly don't know.
A mystery.
Look, we don't all have Sky Fathers who can give us Sky Blades, alright? Just because you have a fancy light stick doesn't make you special.
I think that it makes him very special. But
I mean,
I know what you mean, Captain.
It helps to be able to know how to use it, I will confess.
You can put that away now. Thank you so much for the close look.
No problem, I did.
Intriguing.
So, your eagleness, You're on board my ship. I assume you want something. Do you need to go somewhere? Can I drop you off at the nearest skyport?
To the best of my knowledge, I seek. I'm sorry, James. I'm frantically trying to remember this piece right here. What was that? Oh, Captain, my captain.
Is there a cloud city that I can drop you off at?
My deepest, darkest hope is that we can somehow save the people from my father.
Look, I'm in the business of fulfilling deepest, darkest hopes. But it's usually not about saving people.
No, it's usually about your own interests.
Look, when my own interests line up with somebody else's own interests, what else can I do?
Hey, I'm not arguing with that point. I like her lifestyle.
So what, you have an army that we can drop you off at, or, I don't know, maybe you just want to wing it?
I would like to make some sort of check to figure out what kind of resources I might have available that we could use for our purpose of, crap, what are we trying to do? We're trying to stop the Great Storm, right?
Yeah, you're wanting to stop the Great Storm, which is moving and traveling through the sky.
System shock. Everyone is entirely too comfortable. An hour already and only one person's moved. Time to put a feather in James' cap and 3 birds in his hand.
A system shock. Oh,
thanks, chat. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
chat.
a lot.
You know, with a gift like that, I think it's probably best to use it right away.
Oh no!
Good idea.
Let's definitely use that right away. Let's start over here with Thomas as Land Sky Racer and see where he ends up on his spectrum. Oh, we are going to make quite the jump, and we're going to be in full pilot for Thomas now.
Oh my god.
Moving to Hannah with Andy James, we are going to move to full Andy James. That's 2 full pilots going. Hope somebody knows how to fly the ship. And then we'll go to Bakiwa and Aquamarine, who is going to end up 1 away from Avatar.
Okay, so very close by.
Very close. You did not move a whole lot on that one, but 2 of you did.
I have piloting.
Aha, so
don't forget that. Got this.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So if I understand correctly, Andy, I'm sorry, Captain Hannah. Do you mind if I call you Andy?
No, please call me Andy. Sorry.
Excellent.
Yes. Talk to me.
Yes. So am I understanding correctly that you are still piloting this ship?
No. No, Aquamarine, I need, Bakua, somebody take the controls from me.
Bakiwa, yes.
Take the controls. I don't fly.
I now have a little bit more understanding for what's happening, and I quickly grab the controls of the ship.
Well, you are currently landed, so you are not in any danger at the moment. You are going to effect repairs.
I'm ready, though, for when it's time.
Andy, I do apologize. The prince does seem to be a bit of a vacuous prick. I am still trying to understand his thought processes. It also appears that he has recently molted and does seem to think that there is something intriguing about the Hannah character that you find yourself inhabiting.
That was very straightforward.
Yes, I thought it was best that she know now. Oh, I'm sorry, Bakua.
I appreciate that. I'm not sure that I am ready for any romantic entanglements. Or imperial entanglements, for that matter.
Hana certainly is not.
I got the impression from what Hana said earlier that entanglement may be something she's into.
Just checking in.
She did not elaborate.
Hana's gonna play hard to get until Hana goes on the offensive. Interesting. Interesting tactic. Very good. Anyway, all right. Well, since it's just us squirrels, if you will, or
yes.
just us chickadees,
Chickens.
Do we think that the Great Storm has something to do then with
The
our
information, the information you were given from Crash was that this whatever terrible thing happened in this metaverse started with this Sky King person.
My understanding is that at some point recently, several weeks back, I'm frantically trying to read another character's backstory. Give me a moment. Lan's father, the Feathered King Revda, he unleashed a terrible weapon, the Great Storm, and that it is currently sweeping just madness and destruction all across the land. I am personally a bit uncertain as to how to stop this, as it is a storm and not, a person.
But a weapon of that magnitude.
Yes, I mean, it's possible that Lan's father may still know some form of control or way to stop it, but as such, I am currently personally unaware.
Will you go ahead and give me a knowledge-based check, Thomas, to see what you have pulled from the memories of Lan Skyracer?
I roll an 8.
An 8. Lan seems to have a vague awareness of how the Great Storm works. There is a citadel at its center that controls it as it moves through the sky. It was built by an ancient people long before your father's father came to power. It was never meant to be used and never would have been used if whatever happened to the Feathered King didn't happen. He has to have gone mad to have decided to use a weapon of that magnitude. Especially when there is no enemy in the Sky Kingdoms to use it upon. He is only destroying his own people.
This information is all quite useful, and I hope that I also remember something about how to stop it.
It's controlled by the Citadel.
Is Lan actually just a birdified Cicerot's either something something something? Hashtag meta point.
Thank you, chat.
I'm going to level with you guys. Lan was going to be incredibly different until Maggie couldn't make it at the last moment, and we had to do a bit of a adjustment 15 minutes before the show started.
This is an absolute fact.
Amazing.
Well, rate your father.
Yes, well, not mine. Yes, my father, that's right. I remember where you are. I remember that this is you talking...
Bakiwa.
Bakiwa, yep, that's the name I was going to say.
Aquamarine as well. Of course. Hello, Thomas.
Aquamarine, are you still there?
A little bit. A wee bit.
Oh, good. You're getting better then.
Yes, actually, though.
Excellent.
For reals, though.
Oh, that's right. Company man. I just remembered how that works. I think I have one. Where's the store?
Yes, you do have. Everyone has a buff in the store.
Oh, excellent. I would like to use that to move Aquamarine to all pilot so that we can all be all pilot for a moment and have a conversation like grown-ups.
Excellent. Now with that, you can move yourself anywhere on the slider.
Dear God, no, that defeats the purpose.
Okay, just want to see if you wanted to remain full pilot or not. All
yes,
right.
please.
Okay, so now we are everyone at full pilot.
So,
much better.
For the moment, while the three of us are all in... Oh, Lord, do you know how to pilot things, Aquamarine? Should I take the... Just occurred to me, this might be a strategic error.
We are still...
Well, you are still landed.
I have driving.
Or I guess clouded.
Sorcery.
If needed, I have piloting and I can help.
At the moment, you are I've landed on a cloud, and we're going to effect repairs. So flying is not an immediate concern. However, if you ever desire to leave this cloud, it will become a concern.
Okay.
So as I understand it, the three of us are about as in control of ourselves as we can be, correct?
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
So while we have this moment of sanity, if we are here to somehow stop this great storm, are there any thoughts or recommendations on how we should go about that?
Well, you're gonna have a hard time convincing Hana, let me tell you. No matter what the plan is.
What is she motivated by?
Money.
Well, I'm fairly certain that Lan, as the prince, is not without wealth.
How much wealth?
More than you can imagine.
What about the
I can
feeling?
imagine a lot.
What if you care about Lon? Hana might care.
Hana just met Lon.
But Bakiwa can see. This is the difference.
Okay, bud. Okay, calm down.
Bakiwa sees.
I try to exert some of my influence. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know this story, and I love this story, and
You've been to this planet before.
I've not been to this planet before, no, but it's a classic boy meets girl, saves girl from, or girl meets boy, I guess, saves boy from imminent execution. They join a rebellion together, fly off into the sunset, maybe blow up a giant planet-sized weapon.
Oh, yes, I'm with you now. Interesting. So what do you think then would be the most, I mean, the two of you, with your knowledge of your respective avatars, do you have any suggestions on the way to approach? Is it strictly a monetary transaction? That's how we must do this?
I think that's how you get Hana's attention. After all, there are many debts that need to be paid. However, play your cards right, kid, and you might just wind up with a friend for life.
Sounds good.
Okay, but we need to figure out what's going on in the metaverses, and that's all I can think about, really. And how does saving the people?
Excuse me.
Well, the only clue you had from this metaverse is that whatever dark entity they encountered started with this person called the Sky King inside of this metaverse. So it seems as though these two goals coincide.
Have we collected all of the shattered bits of Tom?
No.
No. Well, that's always a possibility.
Shattered bits of Tom. Remind me, it's been a while.
Tom got shattered into thousands and thousands of pieces, and for a while we were hunting down the different aspects of Tom. And,
right.
Yes. But we haven't found all of them. I think we've contained the most benevolent, but it's entirely possible that we've missed something. It's also possible that this storm, this great storm, is just another a continuation of well, any number of other vicious plots from other horrible people. I mean, it's unlikely after everything that's happened, but not impossible.
Andy, you've given me an idea. I would like to make a knowledge Tom roll.
Excellent.
And I get, well, I'm going to use my +8 bonus, so I get a 0. So I make it by 10.
What do you want to know?
I would like to know the possibility of any fragments of Tom being in this metaverse, and the possibility of there being any connection of this to the Great Storm, and anything else that Andi or Aquamarine thinks might be relevant to take advantage of this moment and discover.
With that result, you can find out just about anything you want to know about Tom. Of those
I'd also
things
like to know his birthday.
Pardon?
His birthday. I'd also like to know that.
Excellent. Tom's birthday would be October 17th of 2015.
To provide some #clarity, did Wyatt or Crash tell you about the Harvestman? Better watch out for your ankle's tongue.
Interesting. You are also 100% certain that there are no Tom fragments in this metaverse, and you don't believe that Tom is connected to the problem at hand.
And the problem is the dark spirit.
Some form of dark entity, or has seemingly used pilots as a conduit or something. That was what you got from Crash. They weren't able to figure out a tremendous amount other than it seemed to travel through metapilots to other metaverses. And Wyatt likened it to the being known as Harvester that Andy James once encountered.
Likened it to the harvester. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
If we have to deal with the harvester again, I will pull every string Hana has to defeat this foe. Now, admittedly,
not
most
meet
of
the
them are
harvester.
money, but
What was the harvester like? I didn't meet the harvester.
the harvester fed on the nightmares of children.
That's not good.
No.
Huh.
The harvester, in this case, trapped 3 children. Well, trapped many, many children, but when I encountered him, he had trapped us, had trapped 3 pilots in a nightmare realm, not dissimilar to the worst horror house of horrors you've ever seen, and fed on not only our fear, but the fear of the children that had been trapped there for God knows how long. Decades, maybe.
Wow. The harvester. What did this dark entity do that would make Wyatt and Crash think that this is similar?
Well, any force that uses fear to control, the only thing that I can think, if you're wiping out entire cities, your point is to frighten the remaining cities into submission. Your point is to create fear. So, Lon's father is doing exactly that, keeping the rest of the birds in line by generating fear.
And we need to get to Han's father right away.
I suppose.
What
But
for?
it's us against an entire empire.
You're
We
right.
have faced worse odds before.
Have we? Have.
I actually don't know. I just thought I'd say that to be inspiring.
I think we have. Well, we have to get some more information. We have to get some more clues as to what this dark entity is, and getting to the prince's father seems to be the quickest way to that information.
Well, I guess we really put our beaks in it, didn't we?
Yes.
This is a big beak too.
Yes, Akila's form is substantial. It's very large in comparison with her companions.
What type of bird is Bakiwa again?
A condor.
Oh, that makes sense.
The last of the condors.
Mm-hmm.
The last of the people.
Well, some of them are endangered, so this would track.
Yes. So, where do you think that we should not go straight to the king?
I mean, there's a wise old hermit that lives out on the edge of the cloud kingdom that might be able to provide some training for Lon. He's got a fancy sword, but goodness knows if he knows how to use it.
I get the sense that he's a little bit of flash without as much substance.
Well, I didn't want to say it. Give him a couple run-ins with death, maybe a better haircut, an object lesson in gravity.
A nice
We could get there.
With some good music. Cool.
Do you know how to reach this place?
Well,
Or I take it Hannah does.
I think if I can tap into Hannah, Hannah can find just about anything you need. At a price, of course. So what do we think? Do we need to get Do we need to get our boys some more training? Do we just wing it? Go straight in?
Well, we really need all the help we can get.
I'm all for it. Let's try it out and see what happens.
Let's go find a tiny green
Training
ancient
montage.
training montage.
Let's go.
All right. Who's going to be flying the ship, and how are you going to find this person, being as you are full pilots at the moment?
Yeah, okay.
We can all move a little bit towards Avatar.
I will go ahead and give you the free hint, Miss Andi James, is that you have the buff of Mimic, which allows you to copy any other buff that's in the store and use it. And one of the buffs happens to be Thomas's company man, which normally you can use your buff to move yourself anywhere on the slider, but Thomas's buff, company man, allows him to put himself anywhere on the slider and one other player anywhere on the slider of choice. So if you wish to not use all 4 meta points to attempt to do this, you could use your buff to put yourself and one of the other pilots anywhere on the slider to gain access to whatever knowledge you felt like you needed to have.
Great. So I'm going to put myself one away from Avatar, and I'm going to put Thomas full Avatar, I think. I'm regretting it already. But we're gonna give it a shot.
Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Not
Rebellion.
Claire.
A couple meta points to go.
2 meta points? 1 meta point?
Well, one.
1? So you're going to go 1 away from pilot towards Avatar?
Yes.
All right.
How many meta points do we have? Sorry.
4 are currently in the store, so you'll be down to 3 if you use your buff. Or excuse me, 3 if you use it. Sorry, not your buff. Sorry. No, wrong thing.
I'm gonna use it.
Okay. That will be 3 meta points still left in the store. And Mimic has been used, Company Man has been used. If someone could adjust the store, it looks like Aqua Aura got used when it didn't. Aquamarine buff is still there. It is Mimic that got used.
I actually want to use 2 more meta points to move 1 away from Bekiwa.
All right, so we will go down to 1 meta point left in the store. Thank you very much, chat, for those. And let's see how this plan shakes out now that there are partially avatars involved.
Had I appreciate you letting me on board your ship, and I think it's time to tell you that the mission of which I have been sent by myself is one of utmost importance.
For your assistance, for you to say something useful.
For your assistance, I offer you a reward of fame and wealth beyond your wildest dreams.
I've got some pretty wild dreams. Keep talking.
Well, all of your dreams shall be fulfilled.
Does this work?
I think there might be a little bit more on the docket than just fame and wealth. But that's a good place to start. Okay. Okay. All right. We can talk some firm numbers. Firm numbers.
Yes,
But
very
for
firm.
now, tell me what you need. Where are you trying to go?
I seek a small planet on the outskirts of the Skylands. A planet known as Goradag. Goradag,
huh?
I think. Yes, I believe that's its name.
Yes, you've heard of it, but there's nothing there.
That's what they want you to think.
Wasteland. Why do you want to go to Guradag?
Goradag is a place of knowledge and wisdom. A place where one's intelligence can be intelligent-sized.
Okay. Okay.
That's
You're not
not
going to find anything there.
Thanks,
As
Lon.
long as I get my fame and my wealth.
Absolutely. I'll give you things like the T-Small Falcon and the other bird-related puns. Worth money. All you can sink your claws into.
All right, Bakua. Chart us a course and we'll glide on over.
Excellent. The course is set, And we are going to take a short break, guys, and we will be right back in just a little bit to give you more Masters in the Metaverse. Stay tuned.
It's raining outside.
I don't see sunny or rainy. They're all just days to me.
Okay, but clearly it's raining.
Is it? I mean, yes, obviously it is, but just to play devil's advocate for a moment, is it really?
Yes. Yes, it is. Look outside.
So you want it to be sunny all the time. Is that what you want? You want constant sunshine. Have you ever heard of a drought?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that it's raining.
Precipitation. The climate changes are clearly part of a natural cycle that has nothing to do with us. So rain should be underrepresented. Maybe rain just writes better science fiction.
Hey, want to tune my mandolin?
Oh, come on!
Come
What is
on!
wrong with you?
Jeez, his words.
Sure.
Red car.
That is too big.
Ben's mom. Come on. What? Ben's mom is off limits.
Not what I've heard.
Oh, get out. Out. Hey. What? Oh, really? Wait. Why am I even in here? You're filling in for Andy. Why do I even have to go? Wait. Here you go. Are you serious? Seriously? Jay.
It's raining outside.
I don't see sunny or rainy. They're all just days to me.
Okay, but clearly it's raining.
Is it? I mean, yes, obviously it is, but just to play devil's advocate for a moment, is it really?
Yes, it is. Look outside.
So you want it to be sunny all the time. Is that what you want? You want constant sunshine. Have you ever heard of a drought?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that it's raining.
Look, don't be such a hater. All days matter.
Dude, just look outside.
You know, my cousin was caught in a snowstorm last year. Where was the outrage then?
I'm just pointing out.
It rains so much more in India. You have to deal with so much less weather in this part of the world, but I don't know why you're complaining. True, it was raining, but it's completely stopped now. Ancient history. Get over yourself. I studied meteorology in high school, and the term is actually precipitation. The climate changes are clearly part of a natural cycle that has nothing to do with us. So, rain should be underrepresented. Maybe rain just writes better science fiction. This kind of negativity just propagates the conservative agenda. People who wear raincoats anyway, right? F you. You ignorant Did you back and your or were you just that way? I hope you get rained on. That'll teach you a lesson. To push this dry-hating cumulonimbus bull.
I think we've had a little misunderstanding. Maybe we should go outside, take a walk. You can get some fresh air.
In the rain?
We get the final insert here and
All
then
right.
we break for second meal.
All right. Warm pocket cheese. I'm in.
All right. So are you familiar with how to fondle a nipple?
Nick?
Yes.
Nick, I'm going to shoot Christian's face. Shooting Christian's face.
Oh, come on.
No, you're gone.
All right. So apparently
We're
this
gonna
is
make a
just
movie.
like handling a nipple.
Okay.
So more pinch
As
release
hard.
than isn't. Just going to pinch the
Okay,
nipple.
I'll pull focus now.
Work.
I need the back of your head, sir, and the front of yours.
It works at night.
Do you know? No, it's usually Ben that does
Okay,
this stuff.
okay, the sound of silence, because he's off camera and not talking, and Armageddon on that. Come on.
Still a double.
Whatever. Yes, I can do this.
Thanks.
No, you have to help.
Oh, what do I
Just
need
take
to do?
this here, and then
We'll
we're...
start on Leo's face before we go down. Get out.
Wow. Really? Huh. We gonna make a movie?
How does this work?
I don't
This
know.
is awesome.
I'm usually over there.
Okay. What happens if I twist this?
Hey,
What?
want to tune my mandolin?
Oh,
come on! Come on!
What is wrong with you?
His words.
Sure.
What? What are you doing here?
Red card.
That is too big.
Ben's mom. Come on.
What?
Ben's mom is off limits.
Not what I've heard.
Oh, get out. Out. Hey. What? Oh, really? Wait. Why am I even in here? You're filling in for Andy. Okay. I don't even have to go. I just... Wait. Here you go. Are you serious? Seriously? Jay.
Welcome back to Masters of the Metaverse on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel here on Twitch. We had just made a plan to go to Gobadag to seek out the old hermit and see if knowledge could be gained in their confrontation coming with the Great Storm and the Feathered King. Taking off in the Centurion Sparrow, you fly past most of the remaining civilizations to the far edges of the occupied clouds, to the cloud known as Gobadag, the swampy and green marsh-filled cloud in the sky, where the alleged hermit, Oldie Swan, dwells.
Have you ever heard of Oldie Swan?
No. There are a lot of strange and wonderful things in this universe. But have I seen anything that makes me believe in one all-unifying force?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
What can you tell us about Oldie Swan?
Oldie Swan is well known as a great guru of knowledge and strength. He trained my father, I believe, back in the old days. It's possible they fought alongside one another.
Alongside, yes.
Alongside. It's how the royals speak.
Indeed.
But I do believe that with his assistance, we shall all become better able to maximize our efforts in defeating the Great Storm and restoring peace and tranquility to the Skylands.
Yes.
Maybe some balance as well.
Yes, balance to the Skylands.
All right, you have landed the Centurion Sparrow. It was difficult to find a place that wasn't just covered in marsh and bog. But in your several flyovers trying to find a place, you did see a single solitary hut amid the swamplands, the small chimney and smoke coming out of it. Perhaps there is someone here after all.
What does it smell like here?
Marsh and bog. It is the strong scent of vegetation.
Smells like bog.
It is quite the scent. Landing the Centurion Sparrow.
Smell you've discovered.
Oh, bother. Just get out there.
Where is Oldie Swan?
Well played. I don't know. We've never actually spoken, but my assumption is we should start with that one building we saw on the way in.
It's as good a place as any to start. You make your way, flying above the marsh and boglands using your natural wings, and land in the small cleared area surrounding this tiny little hut. You can clearly hear someone moving around inside, perhaps cooking a meal or the like. It's quite hard to tell. It is definitely a primitive constructed hut, though.
Hello? Caca! Caca!
We flew halfway across the birdverse for this.
Oh, let me try.
Caca, bitches. Caca.
Tree. Chip chip tree. Oldie Swan, are you in there?
Are you here for the cookies?
The cookies?
The cookies.
Nobody
guys,
told me there would be cookies. Lon, I would have been on this scheme a long time ago if you had told me there were cookies.
I apologize. I hadn't anticipated that.
Cookies. Yes. Yes. You know, the other side has this saying about if you come to their side, you'll get cookies, but that's just stolen valor.
Is he being literal or metaphorical? I'm a little bit confused at the moment.
Both. I think both. Hello, Oldie Swan. I am Fakiwa of the Condors. I bow much as a condor can bow.
Well, would you look at you? Huh. All right. And you've got yourself a winged humanoid swan here. Got a few years on him. For heaven's sakes, he's turned white. But here's cooking inside, and the greenery extends into the dwelling, and it is of many different strains. There's a reason he's very mellow.
I just got that.
Take a while. All right. So here
Swan.
you are. You've been expected, you know.
Well, we came swiftly.
Expected.
You knew.
You knew that we were going to fly across the galaxy or across the sky, looking for someone to train an errant eagle.
Sure. I mean, what's the name of your vessel, after all?
Hashtag Larry Buff, because who else were going to get to play Oldie Swan Beak Nobi? Huzzah.
Beak Nobi.
Lovely.
What's the name of your vessel?
The Century Sparrow.
That's the one. So
you knew we would come.
You knew?
How did I just act? And he turns around and he goes back to his oven, and he
Then
comes back out.
you know what we are here for and what we seek.
Oh, I assure you that once you eat these, you'll understand much more about your motives.
Do we trust anything that's coming from this kook?
You want us to eat the cookies and then we'll understand.
This one's bright. All right. So here I am on my place. The Centurion Sparrow has arrived. So the cast is all assembled. It looks like you have had some times. Offers around some cookies.
Thank you. I'll take 5 of those.
Oh, for the first time. All right.
Brave.
Worrying.
What kind of cookie is this?
Everything in this land tastes green. Looks green, tastes green. I swear I could hear green.
You see, there's been a change in how most tales are portrayed, and the use of greenery is but one of the techniques.
I'm not going to lie, I have a bad feeling about this.
It's going to be just fine, young prince.
How do you know who I am?
By the way you hold your cookie.
Yes, pinky out is usually an indication.
What's inside of these cookies?
Oh dear, it's what's inside of you that matters the most in the future ahead for you all. Keep eating.
I thought you were going to tell me that it's me that's inside the cookie.
We all are. It's part of what binds us all. It's why this place is so green. Green being the color of life and image composition.
I thought we came here in search of a great warrior.
Keep eating, kid.
Maybe if you eat the cookie, that is your training. I
We have-
whisper to the prince.
Next
We
thing
have to
you
get
know,
religious.
he's going to be seeing visions of his father and fighting them in the middle of a swamp. And somehow that is going to equate to enlightenment. I don't know what we're doing in this place.
Keep eating. So, you see, you've had some trials and tribulations to get you here. Oh, believe me, I know. Excuse me. Felt like a hand was up me for a moment. All right. Is this it? You're just going to sit around and wait for me to talk? All right, then. The green symbolizes the color of the influence that binds us all. The more things live, the better things are. The more you kill things, the more power you get. It's like, have you ever been to a discount sushi bar?
We came here in search of knowledge and tactics, O old one. Ways in which we may be able to battle the great storm.
Great storm.
Oh.
I've not heard of the Great Storm in a long time.
Thank you, Prince Lon. Yes, the Great Storm. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of a lot. I've forgotten a lot more. That's why you came to seek me, right? Because I was very old? I mean, is that ageist?
Really, all we wanted was a training montage.
Yes, I mean, usually they're a dime a dozen.
I was worried about having too green a fighter by my side, but now that I see the state of everything here, I'm not sure he's going to get any less green.
Then perhaps you need a demonstration.
Yes, that's exactly what we need.
Oh, bother.
All right. And the swan has set down the plate of cookies, so you know something's going to happen. Also, there's soundtrack music playing for some reason.
Does he seem aggressive? Do I take what he's trying to do as some sort of attack?
I say you can interpret the kick to your throat as a signal.
Oh yes, he's definitely coming at you. He's a swift fighter as well, despite his ancient years.
Ha! And at that, for some reason that I don't understand, even having living here for so long, whenever I take a pose on a tree branch, doves fly by.
The kick he throws reminds you of those that your father used to throw land when he was training you.
Ha! See? When you're strong enough, you can even turn the... Oh, damn it! Ow! Okay. I haven't quite mastered everything.
I shall engage him in swordplay.
Yes!
Go wrong.
Montage of swordplay begins, where face. Oh, Swan.
Behold, my martial arts movements exactly match that of an animated peacock.
And it reminds you very, very much of that of your father, but better.
That's right. Although he's not actually a peacock, when they render this, they're going to use the same moves they've already rendered, just swap out the body. So, Yes, we are acrobaticsing and we are fighting, and every once in a while, for some reason that y'all haven't quite identified yet, this white
I don't
swan
really know what's
can
going on, and
manage
I
to.
suspect
Hang on.
I am missing something humorous. But despite everything, I think they are exactly where they need to be to gain some much needed #clarity. I pray for their success.
Thank
you
you.
very much, Chad. We've got another clarity in the store. That means we have 4 moments of clarity in the store.
Excellent.
Keep those
You're
in
going to
mind.
need them.
I would actually like to use one of those moments of clarity right now, but in a
Yes.
different way. I
Tell
would
me.
like to use one of those moments of clarity to understand the lessons that Oldie Swan Beak Nobi is attempting to teach me. To stand down my sword. How the hell does this thing work? There we go.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Right.
It's not exactly.
No.
It's more of a clack.
There's several of these in the house, and this is not the one I was hoping the family would deliver to me. It's all good.
By spending the moment of clarity, you are able to analyze.
Delivered to.
You were able to analyze the fighting techniques used by Oldie Swan. Not only recognize them as very similar to those of your father, but perhaps you learned something that may make you a match for him should you ever unfortunately be forced to face him in combat.
Yes, I noticed that he began by teaching me the crane kick.
Indeed.
Why I didn't see it coming, I don't know. It was such a setup.
That's a good insight, young prince, but I actually just wanted you to shut up and pay attention. So that's why I kicked you in the throat. But then, if you'll notice the techniques I used in our combat, all I did was defend so that I could wear you out. Sometimes you don't have to win a fight. You need to contain it.
You have taught me well, Oldie Swan Canoe. Whatever the hell your name is.
Big Nobi?
Yes, Beak
It's
Nobi.
all right. You don't have to remember me every time. They come, they go. I can't remember their names, but yes. By the
Holy
way,
Swan
this is
became seeking not only knowledge, but also assistance. My father, the Sky King, has unleashed the great storm upon his people. Millions have died, and we seek to put an end to this insanity. Will you help us?
The storm, you say?
Yes, the great storm.
Oi! It doesn't surprise me. All right. Here's some things that you need to know about this world that we're living in. Everybody is in some way related to each other. I don't mean that in a metaphysical sense. I mean, if you track out of all of the billions of creatures you could encounter, everybody is going to be at least an uncle. So, we're all connected, aren't we? There's nothing that happens by accident. What do you need to hear again? Do you need just some weapons?
I was really just trying to see if you were going to come along with us or not. I'm not sure if that was an answer.
I'm a little uncomfortable. You said something about everyone being related, but this strange attraction that I'm feeling to Lon, and now you're telling me that we could be related, is especially unnerving.
That may just be the cookies.
No, I felt it earlier
Cookies are
too.
making me pretty attracted to everything, so there is that.
I remember about 700 years ago when that got me into a lot of, well, it's why I'm living alone on this place.
Oh my.
What happened?
You know, history, the type I could tell you over an ongoing montage.
Wonderful.
Yes. You gained the benefit of knowing a lot of history thanks to this guy. You still haven't convinced him to leave the planet. On the other hand, he's got a lot of baked goods stacked up, so he'd probably be okay.
A weird time for the Adventures in the Metaverse song to kick in, but I got it.
There's no such thing as a weird time for that. It's just ambient noise in my life at this point.
Yes.
You know, oh goodness, that happens to me with John Williams soundtrack.
It does make for a good montage, though.
It does.
Should
There
we
should be a
enact?
montage.
Should we enact a training montage to the Masters of the Metaverse music?
There we go. Montage time. I'm eating cookies.
And now I'm carrying something on my back.
I'm learning how to get my sword up.
Fixing the ship.
Shrugging.
Bringing cookies to Hana.
Running through the woods.
I lifted a rock for no reason.
Yes!
Hey!
Poetry
Look what I can do with your spaceship!
Reading poetry.
At some point, I'm going to have to just try to psychokinetically lift their entire ship.
Well, that would only be if it had started to sink into the clouds. Has my ship started to sink into the clouds?
It has not, but you know, if you eat enough cookies, you think you can psychokinetically do just about anything.
Look, as long as it's psycho, I'm down.
I'm just not feeling it. All right, do you need me to go along and fix this situation with you?
It's less of you coming along to fix it and more of increasing our numbers. The choice is yours. Do or do not. There is no try.
Oh, whoever said that can blow me. It's that kind of absolutist attitude that can get rebellions started. It's
Only the Sith work in absolutes.
well, they're dicks to begin with. They tried
Oh,
to steal cookie things.
I'm really regretting coming to this planet now. I feel like I've been trained well. I'm good with it.
All right.
I think it's time to find your father.
Yes.
He's coming down. I'll
I
go
thank
with
you,
you,
Oldie One, for all that you have done.
You plan on going with them, Oldie Swell?
They haven't made me a cool enough offer yet. I mean, I get heroes and spaceships dropping in here about 3 times a week. So that's why I started baking in advance. Heroes all over the place. But I will say, oh, maybe I shouldn't have that turned on when I do that. I will say that you should believe that trying matters. As I taught you, sometimes things need only be contained rather than thought of as your enemy to be destroyed. Was that good?
Well, you have gained wisdom, knowledge, and a training montage or two. You can leave Oldie Swan behind or attempt to convince him to come along. He seems on the fence about it.
The choice is his.
All right. They have left the choice to Oldie Swan.
But whatever you decide, Oldie Swan, I say thank you. Thank you, Oldie Swan. You were my only toke.
May the blunt be with you.
And they begin loading up on the Century Sparrow.
Oh, wait. Take some with you.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to take as much of his cookies with us as possible.
Take.
And remember to favorite and follow me on Twitter. And be sure and boost the signal about what I do here. And hashtag me on the cookies.
All right.
Oh.
Thank you for the cookies and everything else.
And Sparrow, you're not sure if he's just incredibly wise or incredibly high. Maybe both.
Plus does.
But it seems he has given you all the help that he will.
That we should disembark and return to the Sky Planet Palace, the place, the thing.
Don't worry about it,
The
Prince.
Sky King.
And away you fly in the Centurion Sparrow, headed towards the traveling Great Storm.
Well, that was weird.
Very.
You don't give a guy a script, what do you think is going to happen?
All right.
Ribs? Weird but important.
It does not take you long to return to the site of where you saw the great storm last, and judging by the destruction it leaves in its wake, following it is an equally easy matter. You know that at its heart there is a citadel keep that controls and powers that land, but getting there will be exceptionally difficult and require expert piloting and timing.
We should be okay. I have a password, a passcode.
Is it an old code?
Yes, but I think they'll still accept it.
Well, I'm glad it checks out.
You go closer and closer to the storm. From here you can see it raging. Pieces and bits of destroyed cloud cities whirl among all of the winds, and occasional bolts of lightning fly in random directions inside of the terrible storm.
Oh my goodness.
It is impossible to see its center with such a raging storm around it. Closer and closer and closer. It looms before you. Are you going to fly into the storm, Captain?
I think we are going to pull a ditch maneuver.
All right. Tell me about this ditch maneuver.
Well, as far as I can see, the storm is raging, but there is a narrow crack between two of the clouds. I suggest that we fly up and along that crack until we see something that looks approximately the size of a womp rat. I don't know if you've run into those. And then I'm going to kick Lon out and down the hole, and hopefully that solves everything.
I think that's the only thing that we could possibly do, Captain.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're going to what?
Nothing, don't worry about it. But yes, we're gonna pull a trench maneuver.
All right. As you fly into the storm, there is massive amounts of debris and the lightning rain going sideways, coming from underneath. I mean, it's every direction. Give me
Man,
a
if only
piloting.
we had some space horses right now.
Give me a piloting check, and this is very much doing something incredibly dangerous.
Excellent. Well, if it's incredibly dangerous, you say, I'm gonna work with never tell me the odds.
Yes.
Whenever an allied being claims Hannah's attempted or action will be extraordinary, reckless, or foolish, or it can't work, I'm gonna roll twice and take the best result.
Excellent. Give me 2 checks and take the best result for your pilot.
Okay, I might even use a moment of clarity at the same time because I really want this to work.
If you do that, you get to roll 8s.
All right, I'm gonna roll 8s twice and take the better result.
Okay, using clarity.
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna beat a 6
Still, you get
on
to roll twice
16, but it's worth trying. Wow. Okay, I did it. It's a 4 on 16. I'm gonna beat it by 12.
with some of the most impressive flying you have ever seen. Hannah swings into the storm, occasionally drifting alongside the wind currents and letting it push her around so as to not be struck by lightning, doing egg rolls, diving, and then almost suddenly from nowhere you are in the eye of this great storm. The wind has stopped blowing, there is no lightning, there is no flying debris, and in the center of this great storm is a floating cloud with a citadel upon it.
Hannah, your flying expertise, I must confess, it has moved my heart. I'm stunned by it.
You like me.
I feel this incredible urge to grasp your feet with my own and spin spiraling into the ether.
What? That is very intimate.
Sorry, it's an eagle kink thing. I apologize.
I'm
What
not
do you think?
finishing you.
An eagle like him, a falcon like me. Yeah, it could never work, right?
No, that's just cuckoo.
Oh, so good.
Yes. And as you fly out of the storm, defensive towers mounted around the citadel open fire on your vessel.
Oh, Captain! I exclaim.
Yes.
The warning is almost in time. She rolls and dives between 3 of the blasts, but there are simply too many firing up from the fortress below, and one of the engines is destroyed in a fiery explosion, sending the
Float
ship
like a
into
feather, sting
controlled
like a
dive.
beak. Float like a feather, sting like a beak.
Bouncing and sliding upon the ground, the ship comes to a stop.
You've got this, Hannah.
You are on the ground of the cloud. The ship has stopped. The engines are smoking and burning, and there is a large hole in the side of the Centurion Sparrow.
Oh no! I can repair it, Captain.
You'll need a lot more parts than you've got on hand.
I need some parts.
I guess it's time to raid the Citadel.
From the Citadel, the main gates open momentarily, and spheres with legs attached, massive spheres, begin pounding their legs out across the cloud, headed towards you. They have mounted guns atop of them. They look almost like eggs with legs and guns mounted on them, moving towards your downed ship.
Eggs with legs are coming towards us.
You recognize them as eggy walkers.
Stop it. No, James.
I recognize those.
Eggy walkers, huh?
Okay. EEWs.
Shall I get initiative rolls from everyone?
23.
Wow.
Ooh. 19.
16.
16. All right, Bakila, you will start us out. The ship has been downed and is disabled. Its power is offline. And walkers, eggy walkers, are storming forth from the Citadel to attack. What do you do?
Captain, what should we do? I squawk.
You squawk.
Ah! Sorry, that's loud. Sorry about that.
Aim for the legs, I guess.
I'm gonna go run towards them.
All right. Looks like Lan is running towards them. Bakila, you are first. What are you going to do?
For the Kingfisher!
I'm gonna back up Lan as behind him. I'm gonna run up following.
Okay.
Come to my knees and use my energy crossbow to sever some legs.
All right. Go ahead and give me a shooting test as you fire with the legs of one of these eggy walkers.
Because I ran and led the charge into combat, all allies receive a +2 bonus to combat-related skill checks.
That's right.
Inspiring presence.
Okay. I rolled a 5. So I beat it. Where are we? Oh, that's Aquamarine. I'm sorry. Sorry, friends. Well, put you up. I beat it by 10.
Beat it by 10.
9.
9. Is that including the +2 bonus from the inspiring presence of Lan?
Oh.
Okay,
11.
that makes it a critical success. What is the damage of the energy crossbow? Doubled.
Ooh, 100. 100.
100. With a single shot, you blow the legs off of one of these eggy walkers, one of their notorious weak spots, and as the leg flies off, it goes into a half spin, slamming on the ground and cracking open the egg mounted atop.
Excellent. She says, excellent. Does any yolk? Is there yolk involved? Or
No,
is it...
there's just machinery inside, but that maneuver was rather hard boiled.
No.
Hannah, you are up next.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I am going to charge at it with my modified energy pistol, shouting the entire way, "Ah!" As I go. And then shooting indiscriminately with almost no aiming at all, and yet somehow hit more than the Eggy Walkers are able to.
You can make multiple attack actions if you want to reduce your shooting score. It will penalize your roll by 2 to make 2 shots, or penalize it by 4 to make 3 shots.
Great. Let's penalize it by 4.
Keep in mind that even if you penalize it by 4, you still gain a bonus of 2 from the inspiring presence of land, therefore making it only a penalty of 2 on all 3 shots.
Great. We're going to take that penalty of 2 on all 3 shots. I know that the legs worked, but what can I say? I'm a reckless flyboy. So I'm going to shoot at the forward-facing protuberances of the Eggy Walkers.
All right, weapons.
No, lies. I am going to aim for a access hatch under their bodies.
Excellent.
Their exit.
Their
Here,
exit.
Shooting tests.
Okay, here goes. I like these dice. I really like these dice. All right. So let's see. Shooting 14. I beat that by 9. With the penalty, I beat it by 7.
7. All right. That's the first one is the hit.
And the second one, I'm going to beat by 2. So with the penalty, dead on.
They have no dodge bonus, being slow-moving, walking eggs.
Great. And on the third one, I am going to whiff that magnificently.
That is all right. You hit with the first 2. The first one strikes a hatch on the edge of it, blowing off a piece of it as bits of machinery and metal fall out from underneath of it, exposing the exhaust port, which the second shot hits, causing a chain reaction of explosions, which destroys the walker.
They're walking, not running.
We will then go to land next. There is one more of the Eggy Walkers. Yes, the Egg Hossport.
I should charge the Eggy Walker, attacking it with my my Skyblade.
Yes.
Damn it, which is the sheet? So many sheets. My energy sword. My Skyblade energy sword. Flipping and dipping and jumping and quipping. And stab straight into his heart, knowing that the sweet spot is right there.
Give me a fighting test, please.
She'll make it by 12.
Not only do you stab straight to the weak spot, the Skyblade energy sword cuts all the way down through the body of the egg, splitting it in half and dumping the contents along the ground.
You might say that one was over. Easy.
Indeed, it was. The 3 walkers are now destroyed. The way to the keep seems clear.
Onward!
Onward you go. You travel inside of the keep. In the center of the keep is a single tower protected by a large energy shield.
Is there any clear sign of a generator for the energy shield?
Well, let's see if Lan remembers much about the Citadel. Give me a knowledge-based check for Lan to try and remember.
Rolled a 5. Me by 9.
All right. You believe that there is a generator in the lower levels of the Citadel that can be accessed from one of these towers. But you also believe that it will be guarded.
Heavily guarded?
Usually. Probably more Eggy Walkers.
I love a good Eggy Walker in the morning.
You say these are below us?
Yeah, they believe that they can be accessed from one of the towers, and that is in a lower level beneath the citadel.
Where you most commonly find towers, beneath the citadel.
Well, the towers are not, but the access to beneath the citadel is.
I understand. We should go there.
All right, you enter one of these armored towers and find a set of sealed, heavy blast doors that you believe block the entrance to the lower level.
Well, if no one else has any ideas, I'll see if the Skyblade can... That's the technical term.
With time, you could cut through it. Does anyone else have any ideas?
What kind of lock is it?
It's a computerized and mechanical lock.
Well, that's interesting because I know somebody has computers.
Indeed.
I do.
All right.
Check out this lock and see if I can hack it.
Go ahead and try to disable the lock.
All right. I beat it by 3.
Beat it by 3. That is enough that you are able to hack the lock. Sliding the doors open, there is a long hallway protected by a defensive laser grid, the beams going across the floor and ceiling like a crosshatch pattern to deflect and block anyone from intruding.
How long is that hallway?
Pardon?
How long is that hallway?
About 80 feet and about 20 feet long and 20 feet high, or 20 feet wide and 20 feet high.
So if somebody were to say teleport 10 feet within sight, the whole way down in 8 jumps, they probably could, right?
It would theoretically be possible. And beyond the energy barrier, there is a single eggy walker waiting.
Well, let's just go for broke here, and I'm going to attempt to translocate myself into the eggy walker.
Hardcore. Give me a translocation check.
And I am going to use a moment of clarity to do that. Does anybody want to tell me that that's reckless and stupid?
Captain, that seems reckless and stupid. I love it.
Wonderful.
Do it. I was gonna say that
I can't imagine any statistical reason why this should work.
Never tell me the odds.
You do this.
So I'm going to beat that by 2 on one roll. Woo! Yep, I'm going to beat that by 2.
You are inside the eggy walker. Across the energy field, there is a lone pilot inside. One of the members of the Horned Owls, the guards of the Feathered King. His eyes are bloodshot and red as though he is affected by some foul madness.
Look,
what
man,
do you do?
We can do this the easy
Time
way
out.
or the
Foul-
black way.
Foul madness?
Yes.
You
I'm
son
glad
of
you
a...
caught that.
Sorry, Helen.
Oh, that's fine. That was worth it. Let's see. Look, friend, I can scramble your eggs right here and right now. Or you can get the fuck out and let me take over.
Oh.
With a hand, he reaches down to the console, grins at you with his beak, and turns on the self-destruct countdown of the eggy walker. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I am going to, oh shit.
Computer stuff.
2, 1.
Sleight of hand, I'm gonna undo it.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check at the last instant, as in all action sequences when doing countdowns.
All action sequences. And I am going to beat that by 2.
Reaching past him, you disable the auto-destruct sequence.
Wow. Captain, that was...
At exactly 1 second remaining on the countdown. Nicely done.
This is why I follow you around. This right here.
He has clearly no intention of surrendering. What do you do?
Well, I guess I have no other choice. I'm gonna pull out my modified energy pistol and steal his uniform off of his dead body.
All right. From across the hallway, you hear a single shot from inside of the Eggy Walker. And then a few moments later, the hatch opens up, and out drops your captain, Anna, in the uniform of one of the Horned Owls, the bodyguards of the Feathered King.
It's a little snug. I think I'm a little too tall to be a Horned Owl trooper.
Actually, Hannah, I must confess, I kind of like it. Keep the uniform.
I feel like I shouldn't be here. I'm gonna hang back.
All right, behind this walker is a set of computer consoles. You believe they probably control the energy field above, protecting the main citadel.
Well, in that case, I feel like somebody should grasp hold of one of those and go, boo.
It, in fact, makes that exact noise as you power down the energy field above. It also disables the laser grid blocking the hallway, giving you a clear way out.
Well played.
There it is.
Returning to the surface, you can now see that the central citadel no longer is protected by an energy field.
We've done it.
So, just so that I understand, we need to what do we need to do?
Now, you believe that that central citadel has the controls of the Great Storm inside of it, and that is probably where the Feathered King has isolated himself in his madness.
When we meet my father, I must attempt to talk him down. But if I fail...
Persuasion as a skill check, because I do. The score is incredibly low, but it's there.
It's passable. I have a high knowledge, nobility, and royalty check. I'm going to see what that'll pull.
Well, if you need a hand,
I'm certain.
Oh, I words good.
Yeah, me talk pretty someday.
I know.
Excellent. You enter the central keep. Before you is the Grand Hall, and arrayed across the Grand Hall as though waiting for you are a dozen Horned Owl guardsmen. Initiative.
Ooh.
I mean, do we need to roll initiative? Because I'm 100% going to be like, oh, hello, fellow Horned Owl troopers. I have found a prisoner for transfer.
We'll see what happens.
Good point.
23.
23, you said?
23.
23 for Bakiwa.
13.
17.
13 and 17. All right, we will be starting with Bakiwa. They have weapons ready, Bakiwa, and they look like they're about to open fire.
Are they all in one place?
They are spread out in a line across the hall, all 12 of them.
Okay. Well, then
Their eyes are bloodshot and filled with some form of madness. I won't use the pun a second time.
Okay. Their eyes are messed
Yeah,
up.
they're bloodshot and red, a deep, deep red. You can tell that it is clearly not natural. It is not their normal state.
Huh. Okay. Well, that causes Aquamarine to pause, 100%, and looks at Andy James, who's closest to me, in the eyes. Look at their eyes.
I got this.
What do you mean?
Hello, fellow Horned Owl troopers. I have for you prisoners for prisoner transfer. How are you?
Well, in the uniform and believing that you're making the perfect attempt at copying one of the horned owls. Their reaction is very strange to you and absolutely not what you expect at all. They seem to remain quite hostile. In fact, if you were to describe them as anything, you would describe them as completely insane and full of rage. In fact, you believe that they would shoot you even if you were another one of the horned owl guardsmen.
Sorry, say that again?
You believe they would shoot you even if you actually were another horned owl guardsman. There is something very wrong with these soldiers.
What's behind them?
A set of large, ornate doors.
Hmm. Okay.
Now, Kiwa, you still have not acted yet, so it is your turn still.
I'm going to use my energy crossbow and shoot their legs like they were eggs, even though they're owls.
Well, there are 12 of them, so which one do you wish to shoot, or were you going to attempt to shoot many?
Yeah, can I do, is it possible to do like a spray?
Well, you can make a multi-action penalty, but for each additional target, you increase the penalty by 2 to your test to shoot at them.
Aquamarine has 2 attacks.
She does. Are you full avatar, full pilot, or any somewhere in between?
I should be 1 away.
Okay, you are 1 away from avatar, so you could use Aquamarine's 2 attacks and make 2 shots without penalty, or you could make 4 shots at a penalty of 2.
Let's do that.
All right. Give me 4 shots at a penalty of 2.
Okay. I beat that first one by 3.
Their dodge bonus is 2, so that will hit.
Shooting, right?
Shooting is correct.
All right. Yes.
Give me 3 more.
Ooh, that one was right on with the -2.
That will miss because of the dodge bonus. 2 more.
That one was beat by 1.
Miss because of the dodge bonus, and 1 more.
Oh, I beat that one by 6.
There are 2 hits. Now, unfortunately, the energy crossbow is not so great for kneecapping, and in fact, blows the entire legs off of both of the ones that you hit, leaving them legless rather than just down on a knee.
But he was excited about it, and Aquamarine's like, this is
All right. I've got Hana next to the 17. Hana, there are still 10 of these guardsmen, and they seemed less than moved by your words, though Bakila did shoot the legs off of 2 of them.
Is there something near me?
No. There is your friend Lan, who you have a strange attraction to. There is the doors behind you.
This is sort of concerning.
Let's see. I am rather too close to Hana to pull anything out as Andy James, I think.
Well, if you're at least 1 over, you can.
You are at least 1 over. If you're not all the way avatar, you can access.
That is true. Okay. I think I'd like to use my Titan Force Super Strength if I can access it. There are 2 ways this can go. We can do Flying Jedi, and I can just wing thingy over there. But I think what I actually want to do is I want to Hulk smash the ground, and knock them all off of their feet.
Excellent. I will gladly allow you to make an attempt at doing so. For that, you're going to want to roll against an athletic score.
Okay. Let's see. Am I rolling on Andy's athletics but with a penalty? Is that what's happening?
Well, you could roll on either Andy or Hannah's athletics, depending upon which one you're using. If you're using Hannah's athletics, you'd be on 10s. If you're using Andy's athletics, you'll be on 12s.
Okay, I think I'm going to roll on Hannah's athletics.
Okay.
Although Andy's athletics are significantly higher, but
There is also a moment of clarity that you could use.
Oh, don't even need it. Do not
Nope.
even need it. I'm going to beat it by 9.
Beat it by 9. You leap through the air, and you, of course, still have a Patreon bonus. Don't forget that. And slam your fists into the ground, breaking loose some of the stone and metal that is bound together there, and sending a shockwave out. And 6 of the 10 standing guardsmen are launched completely off their feet, 2 of them even doing complete somersaults before they hit the ground or hit the nearby walls. Only the 4 closest to the edges and furthest away from you were not knocked to the ground from the attack. Those 6 will lose their actions in this current round, and the other 4 will open fire as those 6 spend their turn getting back to their feet and getting their weapons back. Those 4 are going to fire 2 shots at Bakiwa and 1 shot at each of you. For Bakiwa, we have 2 terrible shots. The shockwave, if it didn't knock those 4 off their feet, it certainly seemed to throw their aim off terribly. And they miss worse than stormtroopers. The E04 firing at the 2 of you. One of them comes close to you, Hana, but misses because you have a dodge bonus that is better than 1. If we're going against Lan, I have a success by 2, but I do not believe that beats your dodge bonus.
Correct.
That is correct. All right. That will bring it to Lan to finish out the combat round.
How many are left?
There are 10 total, but 6 of them are grabbing their weapons and getting back to their feet. They were knocked to the ground from the power source.
Bother with all of this. One meta point towards Thomas.
One meta point towards Thomas. There are no meta points left in the store.
Use Aquamarine's seduction skill with a penalty because I'm not her to reenact cars 2 and 3 with a lot of them.
Reenacting cars 2 and 3.
Thank goodness.
I'm done with them. That's all I have to say.
All right.
You've got a seduction, I think, of 20. Is that correct?
What is your seduction, Aquamarine?
Yeah. 20.
Make it by 7.
Beat it by 7. It all starts in just a moment when 2 of them are scrambling across the floor to grab their rifles. They come a little too close together, face to face, and just look up into each other's eyes, and they share this moment. And then they just start a passionate embrace and kissing, and it just seems to spread from horned owl to horned owl to now horny owls.
Horny owl.
Fly upon each other and begin kissing and making out with a feverish madness rolling across the broken
I'd like to start singing. What is it? I think "Victim of Love." Isn't that by the Eagles? I'll just start humming that in their direction, and I'm not going to actually do it because of copyright. But yeah, that's the soundtrack to their Forbidden Passion. And then we should just charge on in.
They seem to no longer be a threat.
Can I use seduction that way too?
It's possible, but they're in the midst of already behaving in such a fashion.
No, I don't mean right now.
Oh yeah.
I'll ask you later.
It's all about using creativity. Yes, and now they're creating quite the scene. In fact, it's going to be censored from this program very shortly at the rate that they're stripping off armor.
Me too.
It's the internet as a system of tubes. This actually makes sense.
It actually does in an odd way. And pretty This is me being quietly supportive.
Some of the quotes in chat are great.
Yeah, they are.
I think this is what it sounds.
But seriously, why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near?
Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Vanessa! I long to be close to you.
Oh, look, they're dancing.
Let's do that as soon as we can.
As soon as we can.
This is funny. Come back.
We are back. Hey, everybody. We're back. Sorry about those technical difficulties. And here we are back. As we left off, the algae was underway as they reenacted the classic from Cars 2 and 3 bit at the behest of Thomas using Aquamarine's seduction skill. They have been joined by the ghost-like form of Oldie Swan.
Oh, I thought I looked better than ghost-like. Just being under green too long, that must have done it. So yeah, I realized after the plateau that that you all were going to die terribly with the advice that I gave you before, unless I was here to help.
If I remember, the advice that you gave us before was eat your greens.
That is very good advice. And a little horseradish once in a while doesn't hurt either. Eat your perky. Hey,
So,
where is this place?
So about stopping the Great Storm.
The doors.
Yes, they loom before you, ornate great doors, and the sounds of the algae are getting a little intense.
That's a really big door.
We should head inside.
Let's go inside these doors right now.
All right.
I've
All right,
got
I'll
a
see you
bad
on the other
feeling
side.
about this.
And I'll walk through the door.
Right, Connor.
You fling open the great doors to the dead center of the keep. Inside is the power source of the great storm, a sphere located between two large pieces of metal that swirls around with energy constantly, powering this horrible weapon outside. Between you and this sphere stands the Sky King himself, but he does not look like when you saw him last. Your father has changed a great deal. His feathers have darkened to a deep black, save those around his head and neck that have fallen away, revealing damaged and burned skin. His eyes are bloodshot and a deep red. and he grips a pair of sky blades, one in each hand. His wings seem to be gone as well, replaced by a mechanical armored set tipped in blades. My child, you have returned.
And brought
Take
friends.
place at my side. Kneel before me. All will be forgiven, and we will rule the kingdoms together.
Hey,
I know there is good in
Just
you.
a bit of advice.
I know there is good in you. The nightmare hasn't driven it from you fully. That's why you can't destroy me. That's why you won't bring me to destruction now.
Oh, this kid's doomed.
It is too late, my son.
I will not turn, and you'll be forced to kill me.
So be
Yeah,
Initiative,
okay.
everyone.
I'm going to use Hana shot first.
Oh, go ahead. Tell us about Hana's shot first.
Hana shot first. As long as Hana is not surprised, she may take one free shooting attack at the start of any combat. This ability can be used once per session. I would like, in my deepest, darkest little wormy heart, I'm just going to pull out my... Sorry, it's not a blaster. It's a modified energy pistol. And attempt to shoot the energy sword out of his hand.
He has one in each hand.
Oh, right. In that case, I'm going to split my action. You what?
You could shoot one of them.
Can I split my action and shoot both?
Not with the Hana shot first. It only gives you a single shooting test.
Yeah. Okay, well, in that case, I'd like to shoot one and throw a sinister blade at the other.
The Hana shot first only lets you make a single shooting test. I'm sorry, my dear.
Fine. Well, in that case, Hana shot first, but Hana is going to throw a sinister blade first.
Using a blade instead of the gun?
Sorry?
Using a blade instead of the gun is what you're going for? All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics test, and then we will get initiative from everyone.
Great. Excellent. All right. Marvelous. Here we go. Rolling on 10s. I love these dice. I really, really do. I'm going to beat that by 5.
Beat that by 5. That blade streaks through the air and then is knocked aside by one of the energy swords before it can find its target. He moves so very quickly. Initiative, my friends.
7.
I was hopeful that that the knife would have a little bit more heft.
Go ahead and cue me. Whatever my initiative is.
10.
10, you said?
10.
10. All right.
I don't know what's going on, Lumiere. I'm just having awesome initiative rolls tonight, with I think one exception. They've been
And what about
horrendous.
yourself, Hannah?
15.
15? All right. Well, before the combat begins, let us hear some wisdom from the ghost of Oldie Swamp.
Oh, all right. Look, here's the thing that you need to know right now. Whenever people get this big and evil and all, they think their first plan is their best plan and they go with it all the way. So just look for a single point of failure, like, say, his knack.
Powerful advice. Hannah, you will be going first with a 15. Yes, everyone got really bad rolls, including me. I got a 6. I got a 6. I'm going last.
That's incredible.
I rolled 2 1.
Well, in that case, So I am going to actually, I am going to pull from Andi with Judge Opponent.
All right. Give me a notice check to determine what you figure out. Or how many questions you get to ask, essentially.
Okay. Let's see. That is not as good as I'd like it to be, but I am going to beat it by 6.
By 6? All right. What 2 things do you want to know about this enemy?
I would like to know his weakness.
The flesh areas are probably his weaker spots. You believe the wings are most likely very strong and sturdy. As long as he has those energy blades in his hands, getting an attack through will be difficult.
Okay.
Much like his son, Lan, he is very good at defending himself using the energy blade.
All right.
And your second question?
My second question, I'm torn between what his favorite flavor of ice cream is and asking him to monologue for a while.
These are questions you can ask about him that you can't get him to do something with this. You get to find out information with Judge Opponent.
Okay. In that case, I would like to know, so his weak spots are the fleshy bits around his neck.
Yeah, his neck are probably the weakest spots.
I would like to know if he is getting any additional power from an outside source.
Absolutely. He is a metapilot, and he does have a bonded avatar, and he is using their powers.
Great. Well,
wait, say that again.
He is he has a bonded avatar and is using their powers.
So this isn't Lan's father. This isn't the Sky King. This is
the Sky King.
Piloted.
The Sky King is Lan's father, but
right. But he's being piloted. You're saying?
No, he is a metapilot.
Oh wow.
He is a metapilot.
And there is also something very wrong with him, much like the owl guards you encountered.
Are his eyes red too?
Yes, they are deep red and bloodshot. The Sky King was a benevolent ruler. It was very peaceful before any of this craziness happened a couple of weeks ago. When he came back from the Seeing Stones from their annual pilgrimage, he seemed to be gripped by madness and rage and hasn't been the same since.
The Seeing Stones?
The Seeing Stones.
What are those?
You would guess probably places of power that are used so that pilots in this metaverse can travel to other metaverses and inhabit avatars.
Okay.
Great. Do I still have an action that I can take?
Absolutely. That was your Judge Opponent. What else are we going to get from you, Anna?
Okay. We are going to pass the buck by drawing his fire and allowing somebody else to do something probably more interesting.
So you're going to take a distraction?
Yeah, I'm going to go where only fools tread, and I'm going to rush in.
All
Sorry,
right.
only fools rush in. Nope, both were true. Yep. I'm going to rush him again using Demon Blade.
All right. Give me either a fighting or athletics check, depending upon if you're using it in hand-to-hand or throwing it.
I think probably hand-to-hand, because we saw how well.
A fighting check.
Okay. I'm gonna use my I've got a bad feeling about this, and I'm gonna re-roll.
All right. I've got a bad feeling about this used. You get to re-roll.
Yep. Much better. Much better. I'm going to beat that instead by 5 instead of failing it by 3.
Oh, that is good enough to just barely overcome a dodge bonus with the energy blade. And you stab him in the shoulder, but he lets out only the merest and faintest of squawks. The cut is very shallow.
Okay.
Our next person up is Bakila with a 10. Hana has charged foolishly perhaps into hand-to-hand combat with the Sky King, who's wielding a pair of energy swords?
Well, I've been thinking about doing this already, so it's just like it's going to be a double in the episode. But I'd like to attempt to seduce the Sky King right now.
Tell me about this seduction.
I would like to. He doesn't have to be in love with me. I want him to be, I guess, answer questions under my command, like a confessor.
Hashtag Andy buff, you may need to kick him in the metaverse. I'm not sure how, but he'll give you ammunition to do it with. Also stay away from the tentacles and talons.
Thank you, Merc.
Yeah.
What did we just get?
An Andy. So there is another Andy buff in the store.
Awesome.
So you are attempting to seduce him to be friendly towards you, perhaps?
Yep.
All right, roll against your seduction score.
That's what I'm gonna do. I don't want. I'm afraid. I feel like I'm worried about our ability to harm him physically.
Reasonable.
Okay, I'm gonna use my +8.
All right, using your Patreon bonus.
And in which case, with that, I beat it by 15.
Beat it by 15. You have a very intimate moment shared eye to eye with him, where you see beyond the bloodshot eyes and see into the very soul of the Sky King himself. And you can see behind those eyes that he is in some sort of titanic struggle inside of his own head, fighting some dark force which is controlling his actions. And he would like nothing better than to stand with his son again and be safe and free and protect his people. But something is compelling him, some powerful force, forcing him to do evil things and murder and kill.
Can I sense what that force is?
A great and growing darkness that feeds off of fear.
Is there any way I can feel, or can I don't know, in that moment, like, did he give me any kind of idea of how I can help him to gain control?
You are not 100% sure, but you might be able to figure something out using the information you now have, knowing that he does not wish to fight, but something in his head is forcing him to.
There's good in him, you mean?
There is good in him.
There is still good in him.
Can you feel it?
I can feel it.
Well, I want to help him then with this information. Be free. How can I?
You are now up next. He seemed to share a moment with Bukiwa. The captain has charged bravely, or perhaps foolishly, into hand-to-hand combat with your father. What do you do?
Am I to understand correctly that my father is actually a pilot?
He is
drawing powers from a bonded avatar elsewhere.
Yes.
As Thomas, I'm aware of this.
Absolutely.
Search your feelings, father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate. And then I'm going to charge in.
Yes.
With my sky blade aloft. Deactivate it. Somehow. Come on. Stinking child's toy. And I'm going to rush towards him with my arms wide open in an embracing manner. And then as I approach him, I'm going to use my Presto ability to summon a pair of Rhodes handcuffs that make it so that pilots can't connect to their avatars anymore. And I'm going to cuff that son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
A fighting check, please, or an athletics check, or a sleight of hand check, or something similar.
Boom, 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 boom. Sorry. Wrong dice. There we go. I am going to make it by 7.
You run forward, and he seems caught up in the gaze of Aquamarine, and then turns to you and is confused by your outstretched arms to embrace you. And for a moment, his hands go forward like he's going to embrace you, and you lock the cuffs around his wrists.
And then I'm going to give him a hug. Daddy!
Cut the connection between him and his bonded avatar. Wonderful. That is a way of settling things. He collapses to the ground. You can see now the metal wings affixed to him there are wicked and infected wounds where they are stuck to his body, and where his feathers and burns have come out around his neck and head are other horrible injuries. He seems to be on the very death's door itself. The bloodshot madness seems to pass from his eyes. My son was all a fever dream. During my visit to the Seeing Stone, I sought to meet the elders for wisdom, as is tradition. Instead, I was greeted by a dark and twisted nightmare. In this nightmare, this horrid creature attacked me and ripped me free from my avatar and sent me back to my own body, my mind twisted with hate and madness. That is what this thing wants, to twist minds, worlds, to hatred and madness, to destroy hope. It cannot be fought or bargained with. It will not reason with it. It doesn't care about the many worlds. It is a twisted and evil nightmare that only fears the spread of hope, love, and peace. To struggle against it is to let it define you. There must be another way. And then his eyes close.
I'm going to hug him tighter. Father! Father! You're alive, right? Father?
He is grown still. You
Sorry,
believe
say that
he has passed on.
Then my father
Hang on,
is
hang
truly
on.
dead.
Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And I come walking up forward. Wait, wait, wait. This is an unhappy ending. We can't have those. And I will use my medicine ability from a distance.
May I suggest your Larry buff?
My Larry buff.
Yes.
Wait. One of the good things about being a ghosty like this is that I can do like, hang on, let me get his heart restarted here.
Through the use of the Larry buff, your father is stabilized, Lan. He is no longer dead, but he is in dire straits.
Now he needs to have a real place to heal.
Can I use a combo of my buff and a power use to sever his connection?
Sever his connection to what? Very
To
specific.
I would like to sever his connection to the parasitic avatar that is driving him mad.
Go ahead and give me a power use roll, please, Andy James, as you attempt to cut him off from this dark entity from beyond.
Okay. Let's see. I haven't used my Patreon buff yet. I'm rolling on 12s.
Mm-hmm.
My power use is 16. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to beat it by 4, but with a Patreon buff, I'm going to beat it by 9.
That is good enough. You reach somewhere into the beyond body, into the worlds of souls itself, and pry and tear this force, this presence off of him, ripping it free, and you feel it slip away from your hand as though it is being pulled back to wherever it came from, perhaps these Seeing Stones itself. But in that moment, you learn, much like he just spoke about, that this being, this creature, is not something that can be fought. The only way to beat something like this is to spread hope, love, and peace instead of darkness, pain, death, hate, and madness. But now, with the father unconscious before Lan, and the throne room taken, and the controls at hand, the great storm can be stopped here and now by you, heroes.
Let's do that.
Let's stop it.
Working together, you shut off the power source to the great storm, ending the threat to the Sky Kingdoms, and ending the fear that dwells here. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight for this episode of Masters of the Metaverse. I hope you guys had a good time and got to see some fun stuff. I want to thank my cast for being here. I want to thank Larry for joining us. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
We love
Thank
all of
you.
you guys, and we will see you next week with another episode of Masters of the Metaverse. Don't forget to tune in all week long. Zoe is streaming stuff all the time. We've got the Odies are doing great things. I heard that there's going to be some special guests doing the Master of the Universe game with Don tomorrow. There's great stuff going on. A mystery game is going to happen Friday. I don't even know what it is yet. Ooh, mysteries. And there's, of course, game night on Thursdays, but there's something to watch every night of the week. And love you guys, and we will see you next time.
Love you all. Be well.
Be safe.
Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse.